All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I just wanted to go into this lesson based on this picture. I had seen from one of the brothers' post. It's actually a video, but I screenshotted the picture honestly because it was just funny. Because Monopoly is, it's the Monopoly man, looking poor, symbolizing America's being taken down. It's over with for America. It's over with for this country. It's over with for this Esau, Edom's kingdom. All of this, we're literally seeing the fall of America. And this is what this symbolizes. And it kind of made me chuckle, made me laugh, just because of it. Because usually you see the Monopoly man, you see him in his wealth, you see him in his power. On the game, on the box, any picture you see him in, got the hat on, owning all the businesses that. But now you got a picture of him homeless. So I'm gonna get to this is Isaiah chapter 47, which all of this is symbolic for. This is Isaiah 47:1 in the AMP. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground in abject humiliation. There is no throne for you, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for you will no longer be called tender and delicate. Right. In Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon is talking about America. Okay, this is modern day America, and it said sit in the abject humiliation. Let's get that word object. It says of something bad, experienced or present to the maximum degree of a person or their behavior, completely without pride or dignity, self-abasing. And that's literally what this country is being reduced to. The Lord is literally breaking this country down and exposing it for all the wickedness and how far off it is from being the quote-unquote God-fearing nation that it was supposed to be, that it was claiming to be, with all the covered-up history that these Edomites have done to not only the people, to the Israelites, but also to the scattered people around the four corners of the earth, the other nations, but also to all the wickedness and folly that takes place over here in Babylon the Great, with all the same sex, so on, the laws, the different crimes and things that go on in this country that gets showcased on the world news. Other nations can pull up and see what's going on. Just think about how these other nations, what they think when they see school shootings, They see an article about a school shooting that has happened or something like that. So this place is getting humiliated on all fronts, especially financially. Right. Wretched, miserable, hopeless, pathetic, pitiable. Let's go to the second one. It says an abject sinner. It says contemptible, base, low, vile, and base goes back to Esau, Edom, because he's the basis of all nations. He's the lowest nation on the earth. Low, vile, worthless, debased, degraded, despicable. And that's literally the how these Edomites are looking at this country, because a lot of Edomites are giving up on Babylon the Great. They're giving up on America, They've given up. Some of them have already given up. They back in the spirit world. You know how Esau do. After so much go down, they lose so much money, and then next day they back in the spirit world. But for the most part, a lot of Edomites have given up on this country, given up on this place, and they know it's over. So it's sitting in the abject humiliation. Verse 2: take millstones as a female slave does and grind meal. Remove your veil, strip off the skirt, uncover the leg, cross the rivers, at the command of your captors. Which I'm gonna read that in the KJV. It says, "Take the mill and take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers." And why is the Lord wording it and saying it in this way? Because you just think about it. Use the second analogy. It says, "Make bare the legs, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers." You think about a woman that has a skirt on. If she's trying to get across the river, she's got to pull her skirt up, exposing her legs. Exposing something that she normally wouldn't allow people to see. And that's what the Lord is saying. This place is being exposed on a world scale, worldwide scale. America, Babylon the Great, is being exposed to the whole earth. And everybody is seeing just how wicked and corrupt this place is, and just how much this place is over. This place is done. Babylon the Great, America is done. It's on its way out, and we just waiting on the finishing blow, the finishing touches. Verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, thy shame shall be seen. This is KJV. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Right, and the Lord made a promise. The Lord said, look, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, and thy shame shall be seen. So all of existence knows about America. That's the crazy thing. All of existence knows about America, Babylon the Great. The spirit world knows about America, Babylon the Great. Everybody on earth knows about America, Babylon the Great, and what's going to happen to it. And the Lord said, we know this is Yahweh Shai. This is reference to Yahweh Shai. He said, I will take vengeance, because the Lord has to pay back everything that this man Esau Edom has done, all the wickedness he's done on the earth, especially through this country, especially to his people, especially to his own personal possession. He got to take vengeance for that. And he said, and I will not meet thee as a man. So the Lord said, look, I'm coming back. And when I come back, I'm not coming back in human flesh, And that's a promise. Verse 4, as for our Redeemer, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is of hosts, is his name, the Holy One of Israel. And I'm going to read that in the AMP. It says, our Redeemer will do all this. The Lord of hosts is his name, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Holy One of Israel. I'm going to keep going. AMP. Sit in silence and go into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for you will no longer be called the queen of kingdoms. And in the KJV, it said the lady of kingdoms, because America, Babylon the Great, has literally sat on top of all the world, all the nations, at the very top as the country to be at, the best country on earth to live on, or live in rather. That's where America has sat at. And like it said, because it referenced America, Babylon the Great, to a woman, especially in Revelations, a woman riding a beast, dressed with red and scarlet in the red, and she's committed fornication with all the other nations on the earth, dealt with all the other nations. So America is referenced as a woman, and she's referenced as a woman that hasn't been touched too. Verse 6. I was angry with my people. I profound Judah my inheritance and gave them into your hand, Babylon. You showed them no mercy. You made your yoke very heavy on the aged. And I'm going to use that in the KJV. I was wroth with my people. I polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And this is just going into some of the things that America, Esau Edom, through America has done, to the Lord's very own people. He said, look, he was angry with us. The Lord was completely pissed off with us. And he allowed you Edomites to take us into captivity. But when you did it and you went well beyond, you went completely beyond what you were supposed to do, completely beyond. You Edomites, you made it You made life on earth for the Israelites, especially the Israelite man who has gotten it the worst. You made life on earth hell ever since we went into captivity. And like I said, for the Israelite man, it's been the worst. The worst experience on earth has been experienced by the Israelite man, of all 12 tribes. Seeing your family getting killed, murdered, raped, robbed, and murdered for many generations. And then you got clever to use the woman against the man to make it even worse. Now the man don't even have a family, can't even establish a family, and the family that he do establish is turned against him. So now literally it's him versus the whole world, But you Edomites, you the one who set that up, and you turned all the other nations against us, turned our own people against us, our own family, our own women, our own children. You've done all this evil. And then you continually made life on earth living hell for every Israelite man and Israelite woman too, not just the men, Israelites in general, but the Israelite man has the worst experience ever on earth. And it's all because of you Edomites. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. I was reading the AMP. I'm reading in the AMP. It says, and you said, I will be a queen forevermore. You did not consider these things, nor did you seriously remember the ultimate outcome of such conduct. Right, because the Lord had already made an example of just some of the things that Babylon the Great glorifies. Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened? The Lord completely he destroyed those 5 cities with fire. He destroyed them cities. He made it rain down fire from heaven. That was personal. Salakia. But he delivered his elect. He delivered a lot of his family. And that's just an example, which is a good example because the Lord is going to rain down fire again via the thermonuclear missiles and deliver his elect again. But also, too, for every nation that touched the Israelites, they didn't get away. They didn't get away with that. They had to pay for it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But like it said, the Edomites, you showed us no mercy. You took it to a whole nother level. You did it on a level that was extreme, So the Lord he's going to do you the exact same way on a whole nother scale. So like it. Because as the scriptures say, the Lord is not going to show you no mercy. No mercy will be shown to him who showed no mercy. This is James chapter 2, verse 13. It says, for he shall have judgment without mercy that have shown no mercy. I want to see what the AMP say. And mercy rejoice against judgment. Now, this is the AMP. It says, for judgment will be merciless to one who has shown no mercy. But to the one who has shown mercy, mercy triumphs victoriously over judgment. Right. So it says judgment will be merciless to the one who has shown no mercy. But now, like I said, we just read back in Isaiah 47. You Edomites, verse 6 again, KJV, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. But verse 7 in the AMP it said, and you said, I will be a queen forevermore. You did not consider these things, nor did you seriously remember the ultimate outcome of such conduct. The ultimate outcome of such conduct, no mercy will be shown to him who has shown no mercy. And this country is going to fall mercilessly. Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed mercilessly. And you Edomites is going to be put into slavery for 1,000 years and have the worst experience ever on earth, mercilessly. Verse 8, AMP. Now then, hear this, you who live a luxury life, you who dwell safely and securely, who say in your heart, which is your mind, I am the queen, and there is no one besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, nor know the loss of children. Right, and what does this mean? Because what is the most luxurious country, or what is the people who's living a luxurious life, who feel safe and secure because the country hasn't been touched or destroyed? This is America. America has not known war, foreign war on its soil. You know, it hasn't seen a foreign war on this soil where the other nations are invading this country and going straight to war. You know, just straight war on the soil of America. So it's safe. It's that safety and that security because all the wars are fought across the seas in other countries, in the Middle East and in that region. And like I said, a luxuriant life because everyone here can, for the most part, live a life as if they were kings or queens. You know, well, not queens. You know, there's no such thing as queens, but kings or royalty. And what I mean by that is, in the ancient world, if a king wanted a certain food or something dish brought to him, he would command it, and at whatever time it gets ready, you know, it's gonna be hastily done and still perfectly made. It be brought to him. If he wanted a certain material, certain clothing, something to be made, he requests for it, and at a certain time it be brought to him. You can do that over here in America in an abundance, and order something on Amazon, order something on DoorDash, have it brought straight to you. You know, same day delivery is sometimes, depending on what it is. You know, because America is a straight import country. In Revelations, I believe it's the 17th chapter, goes, or it might be the 18th, I think it's the 17th chapter, goes into just how luxurious this country is with all the imports and everything that gets brought over here and going to the merchants willing because they won't have anyone else to sell to because everyone living a luxurious life. That's what America promotes, a luxurious lifestyle. You can come over here and live like royalty. Verse 9, but these two things shall come to you abruptly in one day, loss of children and widowhood. And loss of children and widowhood is going into the country militarily losing, you know, losing men, losing soldiers, men dying through war. And that goes into I think it's Second Esdras, is either 15 or 16, where it goes into how the women will mourn not having any husbands because they and the brides will mourn not having any bridegrooms, and that they was gonna be destroyed and die in the war, and from different judgments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. It says they will come on you in full measure, in spite of your many claims of power through your sorceries, in spite of the great power of your enchantments. And this place is extremely, extremely wicked when it comes to witchcraft and sorcery, you know, and all that left-handed energy, left-handed magic. That's a part of the reason why this place is so demonic. One of the main reasons why this place is so demonic, so wicked, because of the sorcery, the witchcraft that goes on, that takes place. And you know America is extremely tapped into that left side, because you can, even the low level people, you probably got people that you around, co-workers, family members, that taps or delves into witchcraft. So people on a low level can do it and deal with it and not get condemned for it. It's no condemnation for anybody doing that. But according to the scriptures, which I get it real quick. The Lord says, suffer not a witch to live. This is Exodus 22:18. It says, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. I mean, kill them. And that's what that's what the Lord is going to do to Babylon the Great. Verse 10. For you, Babylon, have trusted and felt confident in your wickedness. You have said, no one sees me. Your wisdom and your knowledge have led you astray. And you have said in your heart, which is your mind, I am, and there is no one beside me. And this is the pride of these Edomites, as if America is the country that no other country would dare try to take down. And the main man, DJT, he one of the main Edomites that had that level of pride about him, that no other country would dare try to take down America. You know, but the Lord, he got something for you. This is verse 11. Therefore, disaster will come on you. You will not know how to make it disappear with your magic, and disaster will fall on you, for which you cannot atone with all your offerings to your gods. And destruction about which you will not know, which you do not know, will come on you suddenly. So famine, pestilence, violence, judgment of the spirits of vengeance being released more and more. And the Lord turning everything, and the disappearance of the true doctrine and understanding of the scriptures. And the Lord is going to amplify that to the max, to the maximum. You know, extreme violence. Persist then, Babylon, in your enchantments and your many sorceries, with which you have labored from your youth, meaning since this country was quote unquote founded from the beginning. Perhaps you will be able to profit from them. Perhaps you may prevail and cause trembling. You are wearied by your many counsels. He said, or struggle with plans. Just let the astrologers, the star gazers, those who predict by the new moons each month, stand up and save you from the things that will come upon you, Babylon. And this is the Lord mocking this place, you know. The Lord is mocking America because all this time, hold on, Slovakia. All this time, America, through its sorcery and witchcraft, was able to control the earth, control the resources, control the people, you know, the mindsets of the people. He was able to control things on the earth and figure out what was going to happen and how to alter events, or not really alter events, because everything that happens was already destined and designed to happen anyway. But to figure out what's going to happen in the future so you can prepare. All of that was what this country has done. Now the Lord is mocking it. It's like he's saying, look, do what you've been doing. It's been working for you all this time. Now keep trying to see if it works now. It's the Lord mocking. Verse 14, in fact, they are like stubble. Fire burns them. They cannot save themselves from the power of the flame, much less save the nation. There is no blazing coal for warming, nor fire before which to sit at. So like I said, they can't even save themselves. These people that you've been calling on and asking for, they can't even save themselves. So how you think they going to save the nation? How you think they going to save this country? They can't, you know, because the Lord is in control of all of that. He controls the left hand and right hand side. He was the one that was allowing you to even do the sorcery and witchcraft and get the answers that you was looking for. Now he shut all that down. Now what you going to do? This is how they have become to you, those astrologers and sorcerers with whom you have labored, those who have done business with you from your youth. Each has wandered in his own way. There is no one to save you. Right. So that this country is over for America. It's over for Babylon the Great. There's nothing that this country can do to bounce back, to come back, you know. And the Lord said, look, all this is going to come upon you. I'm going to bring it on you, and I will not meet you as a man. So We finna see all of this take place on the earth real soon. So just going back to that picture, uh, this is the state of Babylon the Great. You know, I'm probably gonna make that the title. This is the state of Babylon the Great. And Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. So I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Until next time, shalom.